The Always Smiling Faces podcast is now sponsored by Tyre Spot, the Northeast's leading tyre supplier with branches across the region. Tyre Spot don't just do tyres, they cover everything from servicing to wheel alignment. They can handle every aspect of your car's maintenance. For more information, visit tirespot.co.uk. Enjoy the episode. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Always Smiling Faces podcast on the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel. As always, just like a live show, Mark manages to speak as we press live.
I very rarely do that. In fairness, it's normally these.
It was me.
But yeah, we are back with an extra video, a bonus video for everybody. If you have watched the live show on Monday just gone, you would have noticed we've mentioned these very envelopes. At the start of every season, we do our predictions in regards to, we can't really remember what's in here in regards to the topic, apart from it is league position, top goal scorer, player of the season, possibly flop of the season.
Aye.
There might be a fifth, and we're not sure if there's a fifth. We don't know if we'll mention the cups or anything like that, but we'll soon find out. So I'm going to give everybody theirs, but I don't want you to open them just yet.
Thank you, Chris.
If you squint, these could be like a golden envelope here, couldn't it?
Possibly.
Thank you.
Look like Caramac kind of colour.
Caramac.
I love a Caramac.
Caramac. Can you still get
Well,
them?
no, you can still get the buttons though.
All right.
Yeah, you can get
Disney
buttons.
Caramac
Disney do
buttons.
caramilk, which is like the...
Yes.
You can get the
very
actual
pleasant.
Caramac buttons, but they're nice. Very sickly after a while.
Yeah,
When you demolish a bag off, like stuck to your teeth. But anyway, let's get into it. So, if you want to open them, don't shout anything out just yet because we need to figure out what the topics were, and I'm going to go around each person for each topic. Okay, we'll start over Mark's side of the table in just a second.
Most assists.
Most assists, right?
Most assists.
Oh, I have on mine.
And Carabao Cup and
So
FA
yes,
Cup.
so the topics were top goal scorer, most assists, Carabao Cup, how far would get, FA Cup, how far would get, league position, most yellow cards, and most red cards.
So none of the things that you mentioned before.
Yeah.
Other than top goal
No
scorer.
flop of the season.
Yeah. No, to be fair, there's a few that are on there. Yeah.
Can I get my phone off for the stats?
The league
Yes.
position.
So Jack, if you get your phone out, we can look at the stats as we go along. So we're going to start with the easiest one because I think everybody's probably got the same answer for this one.
Callum Wilson.
So top goal scorer, Mark, who did you have?
Funnily enough, I went for Mr. Isaac.
As did I.
Yep.
Bestie went for Isaac.
I did as well.
Clean sweep.
It was kind of a no-brainer, that one, to be fair. Isaac finished on how many goals was it? 23, possibly?
23. Something like that.
23. I think I'm getting the stats at the
I'm
moment.
trying, honestly.
I don't know. Are these going to be Deca stats or are they
These-
actually going to be real stats?
Honestly, I'll
These are just
verify.
going to make them up.
Are these just
Here
league
we go.
goals?
Here we go.
23.
23 Premier League goals.
There we go. We'll take that. 23 goals. Shall
Ain't
we-
nobody's getting this next
Well,
next category right.
We'll move on to the next one, which was most assists. Mark, who did you go for?
Jacob Murphy.
Decker, who did you go for?
He did
It's
not.
fit. Of course
He
I
did
didn't.
not.
Who did you go
I
for?
went for Anthony Gordon.
Decker, who did you go for?
Anthony Gordon.
Bestie?
Well, I technically didn't get it wrong.
Right.
I didn't put anybody.
Why?
I don't know.
That's
I
no
don't
points for that
know,
one.
yeah.
mate.
Perhaps you left it blank because you thought it was going to be a new signing.
I think it's more likely that I just didn't realise.
Can you remember at school when you're doing your exams and the teacher always says,
Always
don't
one answer.
leave blank answers.
Yeah.
Always put something in, even if you think it's wrong.
I don't know why.
Bessie just left that
I
one
don't
blank.
understand why I done
Also went for Anthony Gordon, the man with the stats, Decker stats.
I don't think he was far
I'm
off.
trying.
To
It's
fair,
just
was he?
absolutely horrendous. This.
Right, let's have a look.
that. Is it just we're just doing Premier League, are we?
Yeah.
Nah, it's got to be.
No, just do
it's
it
gotta
overall.
be
Yeah,
total.
Do it overall.
Be on Wikipedia. I'll be your friend.
Yeah. Sorry, this isn't very well put
Great.
together. So let's have a quick look.
I can't remember them having a little badge on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I print them out.
Did you?
yeah. I sent you the thing, didn't I?
Why are you getting? Why are you getting pumped? Was this on work time as well?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
Right, so top assists this season, so 2025, 2024 to 2025. Top assists. If we're looking at Premier League,
Mhm.
Jacob Murphy had 12.
Not bad.
Bruno Gomes was next on the list with 6, along with Isaac.
I was going to say, Isaac will have a few, yeah.
He was also on 6. Anthony Gordon finished on 5 assists for the season. That is Premier League.
He got 10 or 11 last season, didn't he, Gordon? I'm right in thinking that
He's missed a lot more games this season than he did.
Yeah, he has.
And he's played shit in a lot more games this season. Let's be fair, right?
So that was Jacob Murphy. That was top of that list.
Which nobody.
I don't think there's anybody. Even Jacob Murphy probably didn't put himself down there to get the most assists.
Next one is Carabao Cup. How far would we get in that competition? Mark Walker,
Quarters.
Decker,
Semis.
Bestie,
quarters as well,
final. I've gone with.
Oh, final.
Yeah,
But not one
well
you
done.
just put final.
I just said
Yeah,
final.
well done, you
yeah.
got it right, though.
Yeah. I was pretty confident that would do well in one of the cups. So yeah, I went for the Carabao Cup, which yes, we won.
I think I was just envisaging the draws that we've had for the last couple of
Even this year,
seasons.
the draws
Yeah,
we
we
didn't
didn't
get
get it.
this year.
Yeah, we didn't get it.
We'll beat the top 4 or top 5.
Well, I think that's one of the things.
For the first couple of games, wasn't it?
So we'll mention the podcast how good of a season it's been, and probably the best season we ever witnessed as a Newcastle fan. But we didn't really highlight. Yes, we won the Carabao Cup, but we beat a lot of good teams to get that far.
Well, there was one point when
And
Forest
the Premier League winners.
When Forest were in the top 4 or 5, we'd beaten all of them.
That's right,
Forest,
yeah.
Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I think it was Brentford and Wimbledon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Too?
Yeah. So we've done unbelievably well. So to even
Unbelievable.
reach the final, then to go and beat who then went on to win the Premier
We've
League.
had really tough cup runs over the last few years, haven't we?
Yeah,
You
massively
know what I
so.
mean?
Yeah, I have.
Next one is the FA Cup. Mark Walker.
Same quarters.
Semi-final again.
I went for semi-final.
I went for 4th round. I think I may be right. We'll be Bromley in the 3rd.
So we went out with Brighton, didn't we?
Yeah, 2nd of March.
Which was the one where Gordon got sent off.
I think that was to get to the quarters.
So that may be the 5th round then. The 5th round.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Then
So who will beat Bromley then? Will beat. Who do we play?
I can't even remember the FA Cup, to be fair.
Oh, Birmingham. Be
of course,
yeah,
Birmingham.
yeah, so it was the
Yeah,
fifth
yeah,
So
round.
that's right.
Bromley, Birmingham, and then Brighton.
Yeah.
So it was 5th round.
5th
Yeah.
round.
Oh, well, so I got that wrong as well then.
Next one is the Premier League position. Mark.
Wasn't far off. 6th.
4th.
4th.
I went 6th as well.
We've still all managed to get it wrong somehow.
Yeah, 6th.
Yeah.
God, I would have been good if I'd have finished in 6th at the end of the season.
I had a bet on Sky Bet. I've won a couple of free bets, so I had something like £3 in one to finish outside the top 4 yesterday.
Mm.
And it came in and we still finished the Champions League. I was buzzing.
Oh,
lovely.
Oh, yeah.
And I still had £12 win.
Lovely.
I'm not a big better, like, so I was just in there. I thought, God.
Yeah.
Do you have stats there for
I've
yellow cards?
Got them here, yeah.
I do, yeah.
All right, okay. Mark, who did you go with for most yellow cards?
Joe Linton.
I did as well.
Joe Linton?
Yeah.
Bruno.
I also went Bruno. So the Brazilians have all
So
been
I've
picked.
got the Premier League here, can I
Yeah.
add?
That'll be fine.
Top for yellow cards was Dan Burn with 11.
Yes,
And Joe Linton was 10 yellow cards,
Okay.
so damn close.
because they both got them. The
Now,
10th
if you do
after
all-
the,
Share was only one behind as well.
Can I just say, like, why did we not pick a defender?
because Bruno, remember Bruno last season, he played
Oh,
like
he went through that
15
run, didn't he?
games.
Yeah.
Joe
couldn't
Linton's
get
just an absolute
He's a yellow
Well,
card.
yellow
monster,
card,
isn't he?
yeah.
I mean, that's why I went. He's one off. He's one off there.
Birthdays.
So who was the top 3 again?
So our Dan Burn was top on 11.
Mhm.
Joe Linton with 10, and then Shea with 9.
Where was Bruno on that list?
Bruno,
Third.
7.
Sorry, 4th.
7. 4th was 7.
Right.
4th
Okay.
and 7, yeah.
And finally, we've gone with most red cards. Mark.
I went Fabian Shea.
Fabian Shea.
Fabian Shea.
Fabian Shea.
So by this one, he's top. He got 1 in the Premier League.
First game of
First
the
game of the
season.
season.
Yeah.
First half, I mean.
Now, because if we're doing all games, I'd imagine Gordon would have, because of the FA
Gordon
Cup.
picked
He
one
got
up
one
there.
But if we're
Yeah.
sticking with what we've been sticking with, well, we've all got that one. Right?
Yeah.
To be fair, that's good to go through a season with
Yeah,
actually
it
only
is, isn't it?
having one
You're right.
Yeah.
one sending off.
And to have it in the first game of the season as well.
Yeah, that is really good, actually.
I think
We're
overall,
a clean team.
our predictions haven't been too bad.
Wasn't disgraceful.
Was that
Yeah.
that was against Southampton, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a very dubious red
It
card.
was
you're right.
Ben Brereton kind of pushed his head
Yeah.
into Shea and
Did
fell
it get
over.
overturned, that?
Nah.
Nah,
No, I
didn't.
No.
I don't think we appealed it.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't think
we're
we
right.
did- didn't bother.
We thought we would, but we didn't. Oh, yeah.
But do you know what it is? I'm really surprised that I didn't put on that list like sort of a flop of a season or player of the season. I think I'll probably
I think we did do that in the
previous.
past.
previously we have. So we'll just do it now. If you were to, let's say, if rewind back, Mark, forget everything which has happened this season. Who do you think? Because we all already thought we had something down for player of the season. Who do you think you would have put?
For flop.
Player of the season. Sorry.
probably at the start of the season, I probably would have went. You hungry?
No thought from it. I think
That was a bubble. That like
the other way around.
that was a bubble.
That's waiting to come out. That one.
I probably would have went Bruno or Isaac. I think.
Okay.
Is the flop? Is player?
Player of the
season.
I think I would have went Isak if I'm honest.
I think in my head, I thought I had put Gordon
I think I would have gone with Gordon as well.
after the end that he had last season. And if we had went that way, Bessie probably would have had a bit of egg on my faces. He's not being great.
No, he's struggled comparatively.
Would you say
Yeah.
he was flop of the season?
Flop of the season, I think, once again, going back because I thought this was part of the categories, I think I had, in my head, put Miggy. Because we discussed this a couple of weeks ago, and I thought I had put Miggy for flop of the season.
I'm trying to think going back to the start of the season, who I would have thought of.
And do you know what? Looking back, I don't think there has been one. And I think it would be very harsh to say a flop of the season for anybody.
Being harsh, I'd probably point at Willock.
That was mine.
That's a
Just
shout.
maybe most,
to be fair,
maybe not flop of the season, but most disappointing.
I wouldn't have said Willock, but I think the way it's turned out, that would probably be the closest.
yeah, it
It
is
feels
harsh to say
harsh
a flop.
because-
Like it just
I haven't had a season.
That's what I'm saying,
I've had.
disappointing as opposed to
Yeah.
being a flop.
like
Wilson.
underwhelming.
You see Callum Wilson as well. I
Yeah.
mean, he's been injured for a lot of it, but when he has played,
I think it would be fair to say we expected more going into the season
yeah,
of him.
yeah.
That-
I
probably
don't
say that.
like to use the word flop like because it kind of
Yeah, it's
the
a
connotations
derogatory,
around it
isn't
and all that.
Aye,
And
Yeah.
You're right, yeah.
the implication that they've been poor with.
Flop's probably more where somebody that you think's going to do really well
Like Gordon.
and then doesn't. But as we said during the live podcast on Monday, he had a good spell within the season. It's only been the latter part of
Joined
it.
second in assists.
Exactly,
Just
yeah,
say
yeah.
on there, like, so he's. How many goals did he score, Gordon, this season?
9.
Scored 9.
So
That's
on
not a bad
paper, it's a
season, that,
decent
you know.
That's what I mean.
It's not a bad season.
But your mind's automatically going to the most recent period of time where he
Yeah.
hasn't been great.
Yeah.
But up until the cup final, he was doing all right.
I'm going to end
Scored
it.
6 Premier League goals. I don't know where this 9's coming from. I'm all competitions,
He
maybe.
might have got the League Cup.
Yeah.
He's played 34 games and scored 6.
Mm.
Murphy scored 8. Barnes has scored 9 Premier League goals.
Mhm.
So we need to be a little bit careful on how.
So
much
I
praise we
think
give
I think
people.
next season what
So
we'll
Barnes must have scored all Premier League goals, and Gordon scored.
I can't
Premier
remember
League and
Gordon
Cup.
scoring anything in the Cups.
Definitely had 9 from the stats I've seen today.
So
Was
what
it upside
I
down
think
flips?
what we'll do next season, we need to add an extra couple of categories into this one as well.
I agree.
Yeah, a couple of extra categories. But like I said, I think we've done pretty well.
Not badly, you know.
We could have embarrassed ourselves really, like, but
I'm sure we'll have done in the past as well. Like,
true. But yeah, we'll be back next season. Do it all again, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.